Alright, so this is a little unboxing of the two clan box sets that they came out. The clan Command Star and the Heavy Strike Force. And got them both for like $18 a piece on a miniature market. And it's a real tiny box. Real neat, real simple. Each box comes with a character card, which you'll see a little bit later, and I guess a technical readout for Alpha Strike. Now, I don't play Alpha Strike. I'm not really into a dumbed down version of BattleTech. Not saying that's a bad thing, but, not everyone has like 5 hours to play a game. But the card quality is all very good. They have like a Prime version and then the Yay version. And your Prime version is pretty much the stock weapons. But overall, if you're into Alpha Strike, at least they gave you cards for each fucking mech. And I'm sure you won't have any complaints. If anything about these kits, my biggest complaint, which you'll see a little bit later when I start showing the mechs, will be about the actual mechs themselves. For years, you were only able to buy if you wanted to play BattleTech, you had to go to like Ironwind Metals, and I think there's maybe one other site that would sell directly, but that's where you would get all your mechs, and you're looking at anywhere from $15 to $20 an individual mech, not for like a pack of 5 or anything like that. All my metal mechs probably run around, about $15 range, depending on the mech and how big the mech is. Kind of expensive, not cheap. BattleTech's not necessarily the most easiest game to get into. A lot of good, fucking advanced rules, which makes the game fun in my opinion. I don't give a shit about the rules. I see why people bitch about them. And just getting the mechs is probably the hardest thing about getting into BattleTech. But lucky for us, I think it's Catalyst. Catalyst have decided to get into plastic range. Now, the plastic range you're going to see, they're not like the fuck is it? Games Workshop quality. Now, I have the second edition box set, old box for City Tech, which is just a shoot off of BattleTech, and those plastic minis were horrible. Now, these aren't Games Workshop level, but they're not really that good nor bad. I think a lot of the problems is with the smaller mechs, which you'll see. A lot of them are missing a lot of detail. And it's usually with the super small mechs. Loki looks great. They even put the freaking anti-missile system gun on the top. Now, if you're getting these mechs, prepare to do some filing. You're going to have to do some touch-ups. On all the small mechs, there's a lot of detail missing. The larger mechs are doing just fine. And probably one of my biggest complaints is whoever fucking glued these together is probably missing some fingers, or is like a child who never glued shit together before. That's probably one of my biggest complaints. If these came in to put together kits yourselves, I wouldn't have a fucking problem with it. But goddamn, were you fucking high when you're doing this shit? Because some of the guns are just aimed off to the fucking sky and one's going to the ground. It's like the mech commander, your mech pilot's drunk as fuck inside some of these mechs. And just the lean and the way the legs are placed, it's like you're not really good at your job. The quality control is a little bit iffy with these guys. Gladiator, this is Gargoyle. Fucking God, I don't even know my own mechs. The Gargoyle is fucking on point. Isn't it? Yeah. God, I got all my fucking shit all mixed up. This is probably one of the better looking mechs out of the whole bunch. Lots of detail. His scale is awesome. You'll see the scales. One thing they did real fucking good is the scaling with all the mechs. When you look at the old like metal range, you'd see a fucking like Firefly that's almost as big as like a Loki and shit. Like the old scaling was horribly done. The horrible ass put together jobs. You got one arm going down, you got one arm going to the right and up. I guess this is like a battle pose. I think the weakest thing about the Vulture design is the actual like barrels on the gun. I think the metal barrels look better on the metal model, but overall I think it's a solid mech. It's just those gun barrels are kind of weak. I think it's, look at this thing. The whole nose right there is like burnt plastic. Like when they took it out of the mold, it was just it's like, why would you even let that pass your fucking, quality control? Again, for $18 for 5 mechs, I'd still fucking take them as is. File that shit down, and I'm gonna paint over it. And just prepare to put some love into it. Like some of the missile slots, there's not a lot of detail in there. You're gonna have to put some effort in. But there's nowhere on the internet where you're getting fucking five mechs for $18, and not getting metal ones anyway. So this is the other set. You're gonna see all the cards again. You're gonna see the same shit over and over. Well, just for now. I look forward to seeing the Elemental pack that comes out and the Inner Sphere mechs. I'm not hoping that I hope the quality is better, but I doubt it will be. But again, all the cards look solid. But again, $18. You're getting what you pay for. And for their first run, they could have done a lot worse. And I do have a lot of complaints. Mostly with the gluing together and some loss of detail. Take 10 minutes of your time. You can probably cover up and, drill out all the barrel holes. If you're willing to do it, maybe 10 minutes of your time. And you don't have to worry about putting anything together, too. Because when you buy those metal ones, sometimes, if you ever put together those old metal fucking BattleTech mechs, it could be a bitch. I like that it tells you both names for the mechs, the Inner Sphere name and the clan name. Not a lot of detail on the fist. Legs look alright. The top of the torso, meh. Again, this is one of the smaller mechs. And there's like some mold damage there. Again, prepare to file and fix shit and maybe putty some spots. I only had one mech where there was like a gap inside, like someone just really half-assed trying to glue together, because some of these mechs are like 4 or 5 like pieces on the torso. Good old Thor. The Thor came out looking solid. I was really happy with the way this bitch looked. I was like, how do you fuck this up? I'm just glad they didn't. And you'll see some little spots in the plastic that need filing, but they get an A for effort. I'll give them an A for effort. I'd say that all these mechs are still worth buying, especially if you're trying to get into BattleTech. This is a great starter, because you're not, for $20, probably retail. There's no cheaper way of doing it. And all these mechs aren't bad. Like the types, none of these mechs aren't mechs that I would never like. Oh, you get a mech in a pack and you're really there for like 2 out of 5 of the mechs. All these mechs would have a decent place in the list. They're not like, there's no garbage mechs that they just threw in there. It's not like you're getting a Naga or something like shit. And that's a mech that I actually paid money for in the metal thing. I was high as fuck when I ordered it, but I ordered it. And yeah, I'd be pissed off if it came in the fucking plastic kit. Don't buy that mech. You'll be disappointed every time. But like with these larger mechs, the detail is like fucking spot on. I don't know if that was the guy who's doing the carving or the way the plastic gets injected into the molds. But here's like one of the small mechs, and it's like, the cockpit's just like, ugh. And you can see how like that very top where my thumbs are touching, like that's 2 pieces of plastic. And it's almost like the torso's there, and then the arms are one piece that goes all the way across like a bar, and then that piece snaps over and locks the arms in place. And there's like a little bit of a gap between it. And it just seems like the smaller mechs are just, they get less love. And you can see like a lot of detail on the bigger one, hardly any detail on the smaller guy. You can barely make out the panels and shit. I don't know. I'm sure it's something to do with the way the molds work and all that shit. And you can see the little gap right there. Again, nothing that you can't fix if you're willing to put in the time. Here's like the smallest mech. Not too bad, but again, same with like the right arm. Drill out some of those missile bits, or the holes for the missile launchers. There's some good detail on them. The leg plates look kind of cool. There's a little messed up spot there. Again though, $20 a box. I'll fucking spend the time, fix them up, paint them right. I'll take them as is. It's not too horrible. And this is a little bit of like the scaling. I tell you what, 10 out of 10 for the fucking scaling. You know, no one wants to see like a Firefly that's the size of the damn Thor. It makes no damn sense. Hopefully they continue doing at least this decent of a job. So do I recommend you, if you're into BattleTech, to get these? If you're missing most of these mechs, I would say yes. None of these mechs are real garbage mechs. And on top of that, they're okay when it comes to the quality of them. And for the price, yeah, definitely worth it. Take some time, fix them up, and enjoy. Bye.